Nijjair, the joy of Nigerians. Mm. Oh, Nigerians, everyone Nigerian. I went to Niger. It was Nijjair. Ooh. Tony Anthony Blinken, former Secretary of State, told me to go to the greatest place in the world, Niger. Take me there to Niger, where all your dreams come true. In Niger, in Nigeria. Yeah. Are we taking the first flight to Niger? Are we going together? I want to go to the greatest place on earth. Niger. Okay, here we go. Niger. Ooh, Niger. Ooh. Let's go. Take me there, Niger. A place without any cares. Niger. Anthony Blinken's favorite vacation spot. Ooh, and Lloyd Austin too. Biden can't wait to get to Niger. Ooh. Yeah. Niger. Oh, baby, take me there. Ooh. Yeah. I like it. Do it. Yeah. Was that the greatest? Was that the greatest April Fool's joke ever? That they were going to make a Crocodile Dundee movie with Chris Helmsworth and Danny McBride? Yeah, that was the big time. That was the big disappointment. Yeah, almost as much as that Legend of Zelda movie. Yeah. I don't know. Paul Hogan is a 1980s novelty of Australia and commerce. You know, he's an anomaly, really. He's like his own force of nature, I guess. And yeah, put a shrimp on the bobby, mate, and all that stuff, all those commercials. You know, I didn't watch them myself because I'm not Australian, but I saw Crocodile Dundee, and I don't know. I guess yeah, Paul Hogan was before you know, Crikey and all that guy, the crocodile hunter. Yeah. Crikey, Steve Irwin, yeah. So he was before that. It was like an Australian character that kind of selling like a cowboy angle, right? Yeah, like selling kind of a cowboy angle. Yeah, I think that's need a little bit more bacon. I think so. We're really gonna do a proper one. So before all the crocodiles, there was Crocodile Dundee, and he also used the crocodiles like like he's a wild adventure man, but kind of like more like a comic book superhero, though, sort of like Indiana Jones, but from Australia, basically. That would have been a great crossover, Indiana Jones and Crocodile Dundee. I would have watched that back in the day. That would have been hilarious. I wish they would have thought of that, but unfortunately. So get the new bacon out. All right. Making that new bacon. Then I'm shaking. Then I start to awaken. I ain't faking. Yo, 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 yo. All right, turn this bad boy up. Put these. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're upset because of the landscapers, right? Okay, Tula. You're not going to harass Bella all day, are you? All right. I know you're upset. Come on out. Okay. Just be free. Just don't attack Bella, okay? That's all you have to do. Just don't go through the nursing home and start beating up, old people that are sick. I mean, that's just like basic logic. Yeah. So, Crocodile Dundee 1 is like your classic fish out of water story. The guy from the outback in the wilds of Australia, the wildest Australian continent, Crocodile Dundee, a legend that's a fictional place, Walkabout Creek. I think it might be. I don't know. I think the place is real, like the shooting location and like that bar. But I don't know if they actually have a place called Walkabout Creek. And I think it might be Alice Springs or something in Australia. But anyways. So it's trying to create like a folk hero like Davy Crockett, but for modern times. But there's still a wild man out there hunting alligators and swimming with swimming with the crocodiles. And there's a wild adventure man out there doing wild things. And yeah, so the first one's a love story, but it's a fish out of water love story. It's like poor country boy meets big city girl. That's also what it's about. Country meets city. Poor boy meets rich girl in New York. That sort of thing. Wild man meets civilization. A fish out of water story. Yeah, so it's a great one. So, many fish out of water stories from the 1980s. Big Trouble in Little China. Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. Lots of them. And but this one, Crocodile Dundee, was unique because it was selling Australia, and it was selling, something exotic, an exotic continent for people to, feast their imaginations on. And Hey, dude. I love you. Kids. And then they made Crocodile Dundee 2. Crocodile Dundee 1 was a big success. It was actually kind of an adventure action movie, but it was more of a romance comedy. Yeah. And they always have like the rich guy who's like the prick, and like the women go for, and then this new guy who's like the fish out of water. That's who eventually gets the girl. So there's some like tension on who's gonna get the girl, and all that. Is a girl just gonna pick a dude with money for safety reasons, or is she gonna pick a guy because he's like genuine or whatever? So that's always like the dilemma. Now I would think in 21st century, women are pretty pragmatic. So most of the time, I think, so they pick guys not because they're genuine people or they're honest. They pick guys mostly for their money, for the most part. Oh. So women in difficult economic times, they're a lot more pragmatic about their mating selection. Women are kind of like film studio executives. They're really unwilling to take a risk. They just want to bet on a sure thing. So they don't like wild speculation or wild risk. Not only because it's dangerous, but because it's creative to take a wild risk. And it's uncreative to go to where it's safe or do what is safe. So Crocodile Dundee 2 is about some Colombian drug lords that cross paths with Linda Kozlowski's character, and she knows about a murder by these from these Colombian drug kingpins, and they're kind of one-dimensional. They're kind of like cheesy. They're not like, it's like Rico. Obviously, they have amazing Latin gangsters in Scarface, amazing Latino gangsters in other movies, like maybe The Living Daylights. James Bond movie with Timothy Dalton, but I don't think but these guys in Crocodile Dundee 2 are cheesy bad guys. Silly, like goofy. Also, Crocodile Dundee doesn't know what it wants to be. Does it want to be a hardcore thriller? Like Taken? Does it want to be rated R? Does it want to be, get down and dirty? Or does it want to be a comedy? Yeah. The movies tend to do badly if it doesn't pick an identity, right? It doesn't commit to a particular aspect. So Crocodile Dundee 1 could flirt between adventure movie and comedy and a romance. So it could flirt between a rom-com and like Bayou Billy, kind of a Green Acres type, Davy Crockett folklore. It could flirt with that, and it was fine. It worked. It worked just great. But Crocodile Dundee 2 doesn't know whether it wants to be an action movie. Does it want to be a gangster movie? Does it want to be an adventure movie? Does it want to be a comedy? Kind of doesn't know. Which is confusing for the viewer. You know, like somebody... it's like there's this hot girl, you know, and she goes out to the club. And she's a beautiful girl. She has long flowing hair. She's pretty. She has a nice ass. She has some nice rack, some nice breasts, and all that. And who knows what joy awaits in the pants? You know what I mean? The divine fulcrum, right? The vagina. Yeah, even more exotic experiences await down there. So, but she doesn't know who she is. She uses her looks to get straight guys to do her favors, but she's a lesbian. So she's like sexually confused. So she's like, I don't know who I am. Should I like guys or should I like girls? I think I'm a lesbian. Okay, so that's confusing. That's confusing in real life, and it's confusing in fictional worlds too, if there's no commitment to identity in a film. There's no commitment to a particular identity. Try these new sausages. Oh, I've never tried these before. Yeah, we went to Denny's, but like the waitress sucked, and so like, you know, I'm thinking that this, I'm thinking this going out to eat thing. I think this might be like a boomer thing, like a thing. The boomers are addicted to the experience of dining out, and millennials and Generation Z, not so much. Okay, so the elders want to go out, like so. For the elders, going out is the pinnacle of social and so for socializing in business, it was the pinnacle to go out with people, colleagues in your industry. It was paramount. Now, it might have changed to coffee shops in the 1990s with the growth of the internet. But, I mean, still, the restaurant and the bar industry, still, you have to have clients and you have to have business exchanges, so that's the social experience. Plus, typically, if you're a recluse, you're not going to get laid, if you're a guy. So... I mean, the panties are out there running around. The women are running around. So if you want to catch one of those, you got to be a guy who's out there, right, running around. So, got the coffee? Yeah. Oh. Get some water to the coffee, get the pot down. All right. Oh, yeah. So the going out to dinner, going out to the movie, that's tied to economic and sexual success, at least in the past. So it's the concept of the doing culture, the culture that goes out, is the culture that is succeeding. The culture that is getting stuff. The culture that is getting money, power, and punani. The culture of getting it. You know, the culture of obtaining stuff. Oh, did my stuff arrive? By the way, I got a new headset for my birthday. Let me look outside and see if there's a delivery. Not here yet, huh? Okay. It's a heat wave, so might be. We have Tula. Hey, Tu. I love you, Tu. You're a beauty. My love movie. I love you too. Are you cool enough? All right. Y'all being good? Sorry. I know it's hot in here and I'm cooking, but my bad, y'all. Get some coffee brewing down. Get it down. Yeah, so Crocodile Dundee 2 is like that girl who's hot, tricking straight guys out there. You know, it's not. She's just doing it because she's hot and young, and the guys are going to pay for her shit, trying to get to her ass, and then she's not going to let you suck on her titties or eat her ass or whatever, or fuck her or whatever. She's just playing. You know, so she's kind of like, well, I might have sex with a guy, but first you got to pay a lot of money, though. Okay, so that's just, you know. If you want the sweet stuff, you got to pay, like the Pretenders. Yeah. All right, is that two? Two. Hey, two. Hey, girl, I missed you. Yeah, you look okay. Bye, boo, boo. You look very beautiful, too. I miss you too. Okay. I love you too. You stay cool, okay? That's me too. Mwah. That too. Chutula. Okay. Going on your bed? Mila. Yeah. What's up? Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm making breakfast right now. Yeah. Yeah, making a new sausage and bacon. Yeah, and then some eggs. So, you want 2 eggs this time? No. Okay. All right. Okay, coffee cup of milk. All right. Oh yeah. I-45 now. That means Smeller is going to be 46 July 3rd. Some grilled pork chops, rice, and green beans. Yeah, we'll have that for dinner. Okay, later when it gets cooler though. Right now it's murder hot. Yeah. Yeah. So Crocodile Dundee 2 is more of a time capsule, of the 1980s. You see the World Trade Centers. You see how life was in the 1980s. I think it's a good time capsule. That's the best thing about it. Maybe James Bond movies take place on multiple continents, but Crocodile Dundee series is a great series because it usually takes place on 2 continents, Australia and North America. So, exclusively. Almost exclusively. So Crocodile Dundee 2 was a failure because of its lack of commitment to identity. Does it want to be a thriller, an action movie, or does it want to be a comedy? It has trouble deciding which. It's not. I think Mick Dundee is never really in real danger in the movie. Kind of. He's not really in real danger. He's never really under the gun. Yeah, they kidnap Linda Kowalski or whatever, but there's no suspense that Mick Dundee is going to lose against this drug cartel. And to have a action movie with violence, there has to be suspense that the protagonist is going to lose. If it doesn't have that, then it's just, and what is it? It's lame. What does the sausage taste like, by the way? Very good. Yeah. Let's get it flipping. So they did do a Crocodile Dundee 3. Oh, Diet Coke. Okay. I'll bring it down earlier. Huh. All right. Everything humming here.